for the first time in recent history, NFL decision-makers at the trade deadline acted like fantasy football owners. The Panthers and Bills made sure it ended in a flurry right at the 4 p.m. deadline. Are you not entertained? After being treated to the best game of the season Sunday in Seattle, we got a cornucopia of trades, many involving skill position players, that will help shape narratives for the rest of the season and beyond. Here's a look at who won in Week 8.5 of the NFL, who lost and who needs more time in all this. Winners. Philadelphia, the team with the best record in the NFC, just got better with the addition of running back Jay Ajayi, who, along with his knees, had worn out his welcome in Miami. Ajayi will not yet replace LeGarrette Blount as the main ball carrier, but he does offer added pass protection for franchise quarterback and MVP candidate Carson Wentz, as well as the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, something Blount does not. Blount, who will be 31 years old by the end of the season, is only on a one-year deal in Philadelphia. Ajayi will be able to play on his fifth-round rookie contract until the end of next season, as the Eagles hope he returns to his 2016 form rather than his current 3.4 yards per carry production. New England. No, the Patriots do not have a backup for Tom Brady. That's something they'll have to figure out. But we all know the truth is that the Patriots won't win a Super Bowl without Brady, so it doesn't matter who the backup is. After all, this story on the aging Brady posits that Bill Belichick only has 2 or 3 more years left of coaching anyway. What the Patriots did was take the 62nd pick in the 2014 draft and turn it into what could possibly be the 33rd pick in the 2018 draft. Think of Garoppolo like a car. The Patriots didn't drive him much in 3+ years, but he was reliable when needed. Eventually he appreciated in value nearly twofold, and the buyer didn't even get a real test drive. More on that later. Seattle and Houston. Here's the most win-win trade of this week. For the Seahawks, clearly they know their window is closing with an aging defense. If they are to go to a third Super Bowl in 5 years, they'll need a better offense, and a better offense means a competent offensive line in front of the great wintertime Russell Wilson. At 32 years old, Duane Brown is not the future at left tackle, but he could stabilize an all that's badly needed help for 3 or so years. Houston gets rid of a player who is clearly, and rightfully, displeased with the leadership of the franchise. In return, the Texans get future 2nd and 5th round picks, which will be used to build for a future around obvious franchise quarterback and possible Rookie of the Year, Deshaun Watson. Legitimately, the Texans' offense is worse without Brown. But the Texans have faced the toughest part of their schedule, 0-3 versus the Patriots, Chiefs, and Seahawks, have 5 of their next 9 at home, and have 2 of their final 4 road games in Cleveland and San Francisco. At 3-4, the Texans can still win an AFC South that is currently led by a dubious Jaguars team. Neutral. 49ers, unpopular opinion alert forthcoming. I'm not sure I'm convinced that Jimmy Garoppolo is any good at quarterbacking in the NFL. As in, where's the evidence to prove that he is? He was a stud at Eastern Illinois and played well in spot duty before starting 2 games during the Deflategate era, completing 68% of his passes and throwing 5 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. Those are the objective facts, and the rest is built on conjecture and reputation. Bill Belichick's misses are always covered up by his many makes. Who's to say Garoppolo wouldn't eventually be a miss? Could reputation be clouding a true evaluation? And you'll hear about how Garoppolo fits Shanahan's system just like how Brian Hoyer fit Shanahan's system before he got benched and eventually cut. Then there's the matter of whether or not the 49ers can sign Garoppolo long-term and not just rent him. All of this could work out very well for the Niners and he could be the savior they've been waiting for since Steve Young retired. But it also shouldn't be considered a stellar trade as we stand here today. Bills and Panthers. This trade is hard to process because there are still great unknowns, the greatest of which is the health of Kelvin Benjamin's left knee. He tore his ACL in 2015 training camp and missed the Super Bowl run, struggled in 2016, came into this past offseason overweight for the third time since he began college and was dealing with the same ailing knee in the past 2 weeks during practice.